Hello and welcome to the second episode of Desert Sky Adventures Airborne. We are back today to fly over another of southern Arizona's historic ghost towns. So let's get right to today's flight plan. Today's flight plan is designed to take us to the heart of Gleeson's ghost town, where we will commence our journey directly in front of the historic Gleeson Jail. We'll capture a detailed 360-degree panorama of the jail before proceeding south to explore the remains of the Gleeson School. We will then navigate through the remnants of the old school before heading north to the ruins of the hospital. Following our tour of the hospital, we will fly into the remnants of the Bono General Store, which was once the bustling hub of the town. Next, we will fly around the Vista lookout point, just for fun, and then fly high up in the hills to inspect the remnants of the mining industry that once drove the local economy. Finally, we will fly to the cemetery and make several passes before landing just outside the cemetery gates. It's the perfect day to go flying, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the trip. Completed in April of 1910, the Gleeson Jail was built entirely of reinforced concrete at a cost of $1,778. It originally had 2 cells and replaced a temporary wooden jail which had a tin roof. The concrete building originally had a single steel door in the middle, which opened into an interior hallway. The hallway is now the open-air porch in front of the building. Each cell had a barred interior door and barred windows on the side and the back. Jail records indicate you could find between 2 and 8 inmates confined here at any given day, most for petty theft, public drunkenness, or assault. The jail was often used for the temporary confinement of prisoners who were being transported to Tombstone from the further reaches of Cochise County. One cell also used as a secure lockup for confiscated bootleg liquor during both the Arizona Prohibition and the National Prohibition. The murderer and escaped convict Luther Price was held here while being transported back to prison in 1917. The jail fell into misuse by the mid-1930s and was converted into a private home for a time. In 2008, the jail property was purchased and was repaired and renovated into the structure you see today. Next, we'll fly over towards the ruins of the old Gleeson School seen here in this 1930s era photo. We are approaching what is left today. The Gleeson School opened in 1918 and was a massive 2-story building with an arched entryway. The bottom floor contained storerooms while the top floor had classrooms, often used for community meetings and other functions after school hours. There were as many as 4 teachers and scores of students, although the numbers varied greatly depending on the year. The last classes were held in 1945, and parts were removed for construction and renovation elsewhere. The wooden floors, for instance, were torn out and used to renovate Tombstone's Crystal Palace. Let's see how far we can fly into the structure and hopefully not hit anything. In 1906, John Gleeson sold the Copper Bell mine to the Shannon Mining Company. By 1913, the Shannon Company was making a good profit on its operations and opened a hospital for its workers and their families. Alternately known as the Shannon Hospital or just the Gleeson Hospital, it was the only medical facility from Douglas to the south, Wilcox to the northeast, and Tombstone to the west. It treated not only mining injuries but also the ailments of miners, ranchers, and their families. During the Spanish flu pandemic of 1918 and 1920, the Shannon Hospital was host to some who died, but also many who recovered as influenza raged through the area. The hospital had its own well just south of the building and was fully electrified. While mining operations continued through 1958, the hospital was in use only until the late 1930s, when the post office closed down and most of Gleeson's residents moved away. We'll head inside now for a bit of a closer look. The Joe Bono building was originally built as the Gleeson outlet for Charles M. Renaud, a shopkeeper with stores in Cortland and Pierce as well. Over the years, it served as a gas station, a private home, a hotel, and a general curio shop. A major portion of its life, however, was spent as a saloon. I'm going to try to take us right inside the building if possible so we can get a closer look at what's left. Found this photo when the building was first starting to deteriorate. You can see the mural on the left side wall that was painted in 1982. This is all that's left of the Bono General Store today. I'm told there's no historical significance to this hilltop ramada that was built by some local residents. It's just a good place to come and escape the world, maybe contemplate the meaning of life, or take in the sunset. I'm told there will be a good road built up to it sometime in the near future. But that being said, let's go ahead and head up towards the top of the mountains now where most of the mining activity took place and see what's been left behind. And just a little word of advice, much of what you're seeing in this video is on private property. I do not recommend that you go out there on your own. If you would like to explore Gleeson, the best way to do that, every first Saturday of the month, the jail is open. They do tours that you can take to see the sights of Gleeson. That is the safest way to do it. There are some dangers out here, not only wild animals, snakes, and things like that, but there are some open mining pits, including this one we're about to fly over, which now has a fence around it. Last time we came here, there was no fence. But this pit goes down easily 200, 300 feet, and that is definitely not something you want to fall into. The metal raise, which is right behind it, at one time was directly over the pit, but they had to remove that. Apparently people were bungee jumping off the tower into the pit. Not a good idea. As we climb up the hilltop here, we approach the area that I've wanted to explore the most. Now, thanks to the drone capabilities, we are able to do that. But you can tell by looking up here that there was lots of mining activity up in this area. Never been able to get up there and actually show this on the channel before, so this is really our first time exploring this hilltop. But it always looked to me like there were some open caves up here We're going to take a closer look and see what we can see. This is a place that we will definitely come back and explore again in the future. But for now, I've got to make sure I've got enough battery to finish the flight and land at our designated landing spot over at the Gleeson Cemetery. So we'll just take a look over the top of this hill, enjoy the view a little bit, and then head that way. Here we get a fantastic view of Gleeson from what is about 800 feet above ground level. We'll now head back down the mountain and make one more pass over this old mining equipment, which I'm told dates back to the late 1800s. I've been up to this area several times in the past, but this is the first time I've ever been able to look down upon these old relics. From here we can see what appears to be another open pit and remnants of plenty of mining activity all over the hillside. This is an area I'm definitely going to have to come back and explore in the future, but our battery's not going to keep us airborne all day. So let's turn around and head over towards the Gleeson Cemetery. The Gleeson Cemetery is still maintained. It is the final resting place of many local characters, including Yi Wei, a Chinese immigrant who ran a restaurant in Gleeson for many decades. and of Eugene Yoakum, the last resident of the nearby ghost town of Cortland. Some of the graves are surrounded by fences, and one local resident recalls his grandfather's story about stumbling out of the Bono saloon in its heyday, blind drunk, and deciding to sleep it off after securing his horse for the night in a little corral, only to find to his horror the next morning that he had penned the animal inside one of the fence plots in the cemetery. This grave from 2016 appears to be the cemetery's most recent burial. It's such a beautiful day. I'd love to keep this tour going, but unfortunately the batteries are starting to get a little bit low. So our flight today is slowly coming to an end. But I want to thank you for watching this video, and stay tuned because the next flyover video is going to be over the town of Tombstone. Again, thank you for watching, and until next time, until the next video, we'll see you down the road.